How's it going, everyone? Welcome into the off-season, the show that has hopefully kept you entertained all off-season long while we're waiting for, the Disc Golf Pro Tour to kick back off here in about a month now.
A
I
month
think
and a week.
March 1st and 2nd. The All-Star event will obviously start a little bit before that, but exciting stuff here coming up quickly. Brodie, I saw where it seems like the South's getting wrecked still with some snow.
Yeah, so we didn't get hit.
Oh, so it must be more east than you.
South too. Galveston, which is like South Texas, they got a bunch of snow. Louisiana is like got slammed. That's where the Super Bowl is going to be.
We saw Silas Schultz was at the conference Trevor and I were at this past weekend. And on Monday, there was one final session. He's like, I'm not going to be at the session. I got to get home because it's going to snow in Baton Rouge and I have to see that. And he's like, I got to get there before it snows.
Oh,
and then he posted a picture that it was in the middle of the road and there was a lot of snow on the ground.
We played our first round with 70% of the tee pads thawed out in 2 weeks. We have literally been playing on ice for 2 weeks. I've never seen anything like it. And it's about to end because we have one more really cold day, a couple more slightly cold days. And then over the weekend, it's going to be 40s. Next week, we're going to see 50s. So it's about to end. But this has been a little 2-week ice age in Virginia.
It's been wild.
It's been pretty intense. For a Virginia winter, I mean, single digits overnight. My car about had an asthma attack trying to start up this morning. I mean, it was stop it.
We went to Florida, like I said, this weekend.
Yeah, we got a little
the first
dose
2
of
days
that.
were fine, but then Monday, it was still. I woke up for my run and it was 32 outside.
Yeah.
What part of Florida were you guys at?
It was just
we were a little bit south of Jacksonville, so
yeah,
we were still pretty central. We weren't all the way down there, but
over the weekend it was nice. It was
you got to get down to the Fort Lauderdale, Miami part to where it never gets really below 60.
Yeah, they were saying that it was very rare for it to be that cold because
it still is very rare, but it can happen.
Yeah,
it will never happen in Miami.
Brody's gonna end up in the Caribbean, just to guarantee.
I'll be in the Caribbean here in a few weeks. Can't wait.
There you
go.
The
cruise is coming up.
Cruise is coming up. Yeah, excited. Also, not the only person to say that playing in the cold is an issue. Kurt Warner, I think.
He's
never
stops whining. His take is that every team should have to play in a dome. It's the dumbest take ever. It takes the whole element out of the game.
So what he did say though, which is a fair point, is teams that are in the South, they have no way to get themselves ready to play in those conditions. It's not like you're going to just take your whole team. I mean, I guess they could. Maybe that's the counterpoint is hey, if you're about to go play the Bills and it's going to be snowing, why don't you go to Minnesota and find some high school up in Minnesota to practice all week at? Before,
here's the thing.
That's a valid point. You're making a lot of money.
Northern teams play in domes too, but I mean, it's just the game is dead if we gotta control every little factor. I mean, what would we do with ourselves? We had 2 snow games this past weekend. It was beautiful.
I guess the other counter is the teams up north can't prepare for sometimes when they have to go play a Miami Heat and how hot it gets on the turf.
Yeah, some teams definitely kind of get crushed there. Now,
different, but yeah.
The interesting point here is also just the NFL. They make so much money. These teams make so much money, and certain things that you would think they would want to spend money on, like a 1-week trip into Minnesota before the biggest game of their organization's life, potentially. Same thing with the refs. There's a lot of refs talk now. Refs aren't getting paid. It's kind of crazy to think about, a company that makes a crazy amount of money. Why wouldn't you just have full-time refs?
How much do the refs make?
Yeah, it is the craziest thing ever.
They're normal. They have normal jobs.
Well,
a lot of them are lawyers and accountants.
Most of them, most NFL refs
didn't know that.
They get. Well, let me be clear. They make full-time. I think they get 8 to 10,000 a game. They can make full-time money.
High?
But what? Oh yeah. The problem is they actually purposely choose independently wealthy people so that they don't have gambling interests and get locked into that and start making
that's
calls.
smart.
So that's why they're a bunch of doctors and lawyers, because the NFL, that's what they want. They want guys that aren't scrapping, because I mean, we
That
saw an
makes sense.
NBA ref go to jail for that.
Yeah, it says that 205 to 250,000 per year, including base salary and game fees.
Yeah, you do all right being an
All right,
NFL
so
Um,
never
ref.
mind. They're okay.
but I guess what the point is, yeah, I guess it's
They're
not so
still
much
not considered full-time refs,
paid.
though.
Yeah, I guess it's more that there isn't they're not being held accountable as much as they maybe should be.
You know,
Is
here's
I
something
think
we could
the
talk
argument
about.
that's going around. And I think they would be held more accountable if they were like a full-time job.
Brodie, you'll like this, because I was about to say, hey, the PDGA should pay me to be a full-time official. I'll take $200K. And you might think that sounds unreasonable, but Hunter and I took a gander
Oh boy.
at the PDGA posts its yearly audits. And way back, like years ago, we looked at like the salary and we like had a laugh, because they're like, oh my gosh, the PDGA is paying like an average of $90,000 a year. And Hunter and I looked, and everybody says disc golf's in the dumpster right now, right? Well, from 2023 to 2024, so 2023, the PDGA paid out all of their staff members to around $2.7 million between them all. And that is what it is. We don't really know exactly how many people were employed, whatever. Here's the interesting part. From 2023 to what they budgeted for 2024, that's the furthest we can see, they increased by $500,000 in their payroll, which means they either gave out $500K in raises or added in new positions that needed more payroll. So, and they've added an average of $500,000 over the last 3 years in that payroll category. So while people think disc golf has been going on a downward slide, the PDGA is shelling it out.
Well, we don't know what happened in 2024 yet.
No, but we
As
know what
far
they
as
budgeted for.
We know what they
were
budgeted for.
planning to do.
We don't know what happened yet. So
Yeah.
maybe it did slide in 2024 for them. But before that, yeah, it grew every year. And they're giving out raises. I wish I knew how many staff members there were.
Well, we did the math, and if they
You just can't find
had
that.
we had done the math, and it was like if they had like 50 employees, they'd make an average of like 70 grand a year, which like that's a pretty good amount of employees.
Well,
and a pretty
here's
good
something
amount
that's
of money.
interesting, Trevor. When we were talking, and I was like, well, maybe they're paying state coordinators and stuff. State coordinators are listed under volunteers on
Yeah,
the
it's a
PDGA
different
website.
budget.
You have leadership. Well, it's volunteer. So now volunteers aren't paid.
Yeah, that would just say that it's not even paid. Yeah.
Because like on their website, all they have is leadership. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people.
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be more people than that.
Well, there
obviously.
is, because you got like pro shop managers at IDGC. Like I'm sure there are plenty of people, but there's definitely a good bit of money going around, and it's increasing. Like that's the bottom line. It's really not about the total amount of money, because like that is what it is, and we don't really know what that could mean. But the fact that it's gone up $1.5 million in the past 3 years, like post the COVID boom, interesting stuff.
It is interesting. I will say, I
might be looking for a part-time job.
There's only one person that I know at the PDGA. There's 2 people actually that I can think of at the PDGA that aren't listed on as part of this 9. I know of at least 2 additional, but I mean, it's got to be.
Like I said, they'd have to have 50 employees to be the average of 70K.
Yeah,
is the math.
I would feel so guilty.
That's what I'm thinking.
I couldn't work for the PDGA. I'd feel too guilty.
Well, their memberships have gone up. Like their membership money has gone up too.
Yeah, that's where I'm really curious when September comes around and it's like time for the audit to happen again, like what 2024 looks like. Because I've just heard from too close to the PDGA that like money had to have gone down. It had to have slowed up.
Here's a question. Here's a question, Brodie. Do you think, like, this is obviously just speculation, but do you think the PDGA would like the idea of people thinking the disc golf were more in a downturn, because it maybe takes some spotlight off of what kind of money they might be bringing in? Like, I feel like during the boom, everybody was staring at everybody's dollar signs, and like when everybody
they don't want people to know how much money they're making.
Right.
It's literally the same. It's the same exact thing as pros not wanting to have their fans know how much their money they're making.
Yeah.
Because once you know that, you're like, oh, well, because I mean, we saw it with Climo. I mean, of all people, we saw it with Climo of people being like, I'm going to buy the disc just to support Climo.
Yeah.
Not I'm going to buy the disc because I believe in the disc. Not I'm going to buy the disc because I think it's a good disc or I need the disc. I'm going to buy it simply to support him. So if it comes out that someone's making millions and millions of dollars, it's a lot harder to have that like sympathy money come your way.
Right.
And
Right.
Trevor, you said that the board members, that was like a separate line item. Or was that just board summits?
It was board, but that was for like summits and like trips. They would still be under payroll. Yeah.
As a board of directors I would assume would most likely get paid most of the time they are. And so that would be another 7. I mean, still we're looking at 14.
Yeah, we're still just
you gotta find 36 other people.
I mean, you're basically, if you're a PDJ member, you're basically, like I said, you're basically paying multiple people to fly around and have vacations and watch disc golf tournaments. They did absolutely a terrible job at Worlds last year. I talked about it a lot on Tour Life. Did an absolute terrible job
at Worlds last year.
Correct. The Marshalls, they did nothing. They non-existent, didn't care about pace of play, didn't care about any concerns players brought up, just absolutely terrible. And yet here we are paying for them just to have a nice full week in Lynchburg, and we get to drive around a golf cart and watch disc golf. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe we sit in an echo chamber on this one because like I know we do sometimes, but like we've been doing this shtick for years now that like, okay, what does the PDGA do? This or that. Like I've yet to have any, like when I make a take involving another player or company and there's misinformation or assumptions being made, people are usually pretty quick to correct me. And like I've never had a PDGA employee reach out or them make a video response or anything being like, hey guys, this is why this is why this, we are doing this, and this, and you guys don't even like appreciate it or realize it. Like it's just never happened. Like there just doesn't seem to be a lot of like,
Well, I think the PDGA, the tough part is the PDGA does a lot for the amateur side as far as like sanctioning events, helping tournament directors like have resources.
That's not a lot of work though, Hunter.
I agree. It was a lot of work to set up, but it's not a lot of it's a lot of day to day. Like
it's also you get a bunch of volunteers and stuff doing it. You're not actually doing the work.
No, there's a lot of work that went into
initially set it up.
Yes, but all of that, and they are very quick to whoever's on staff, very quick when you are a tournament director to respond. But I do think that because the PDGA is so heavily involved in the pro side and runs majors and stuff, like that is one of the most public facing things the PDGA does. So I think that's where some of it falls apart is like they do a lot on the AM side. Could they do a lot more? Absolutely. But they do a lot on the AM side. But the problem is they just drop the ball a lot of times on the like major side. And I was telling Trevor, to me, what's interesting is like let's just assume that it was 500,000 in raises, just raises, and no, there wasn't bringing in 10 people at $50,000 a year. It was just 500,000 in raises. Like you're telling me that it couldn't have been $100,000 in raises and like $400,000 in discs to PE classes? Like that's a lot of discs. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
not that that's the PDGA's full responsibility. It's just like if the disc golf is sliding and is falling the way that people say it is,
you got to prop it up.
Then to me, I'm just like that. Just seems like a no brainer to me. It's like a little money goes a long way. Like
the no brainer
are cheap.
The no brainer is I got to put that money in my pocket because I don't know if it's going to be there forever.
That's what I told Trevor. I think in general, I think that what's hurting, and it's not just the PDGA, but disc golf companies and disc golf as a whole, is a lot of we need to make money by the end of this year, end of next year. Like we need to make money now instead of we need to set the sport up to be in a much better place 10 years from now.
Well, because here's the thing, people just aren't like looking at these documents, other than us who've got nothing else to do but look at every disc golf piece of data out there. But like, correct me if I'm wrong, but adding to payroll in that exuberance amount can only mean that there's surplus in the budget. And if you're a charitable organization that is promising to help grow the sport of disc golf, $500,000 just to payroll is insane. Like, there's better be huge increases in the like tangible things that you're supposedly doing for the sport. Member services, instead of charging us for a magazine. I mean, like, or like,
I don't
school
hate the move to
programs.
charging for a magazine, but it didn't decrease our membership price, which was kind of, or maybe it decreased slightly. I don't remember.
I
I just
don't
paid. I
know,
didn't pay
dude.
attention.
I'm just like,
But
that to me, like,
I'm
I don't,
happy
it
I'm not
seems black
receiving
and
the
white.
Disc Golfer magazine. I will say that. I'm happy I don't have to, you know, get it and just move it to the trash from my mailbox every time. So I am excited for that.
I used to cheer me up when I was young, though. When I was first into disc golf, I did like that magazine, man, but it's just not really the medium anymore, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Now would be
it's
now would be a fan. I know you just try to do it, but I think the way they try to do it was kind of silly with their like 300 rating, whatever that was. I think now is really a good time, and maybe you just will reconfigure it and do something different. Now is a really good time for someone to come out with a handicap system that actually makes sense, and then also work with another, you know, I don't know what the right word is, because I don't know if you necessarily want to do all the stuff that the PGA says they're going to do, but I know for a lot of tournament directors, the reason they go with the PDJ is it's simple, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy
No, they have their
way.
hooks in on everything.
and the rating.
Right.
So if there was a way to where it's still simple, you can get insurance done, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Signing up and all that's gonna be easy for players to do, and you have some sort of handicap thing like the GHIN or something, right? Like that. I think right now would be a really interesting time, because you could try to make a push to and then have tournaments much cheaper and have
Yeah.
that be like to
I'll say
get
this,
people to come play, and then
right.
and then hopefully break the whole PDJ rating thing.
Yeah, that would be the selling point, because like, to get something else to catch on with how deeply rooted the PDJ system is, like, you would have to have so many people jump on board. But a really quick way to do that would be if you were able to undercut incredibly steeply. Like, hey, all of a sudden your local C tier is $10 to enter, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just
your membership is $20. Like, it's there are ways to do things like that.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is amateurs in golf play in tournaments with, let's ratings, handicap, whatever, to make it fair, to make the tournament fair, right? You don't really see that many like amateur golf tournaments that are just straight up. Like,
Yeah.
those don't really exist. There is obviously a bunch of like smaller pro tours like that exist. I don't know how you change that, but I think if you were ever able to change it to where instead of you having a bunch of amateurs playing tournaments like they were pros, and you had amateurs playing tournaments like, hey, we're all playing on an equal playing field because of this, I think that really could help a lot.
Well, the reason I think in golf,
I don't know how
this
you
is
change that.
it's kind of a weird parallel, but I think, like, obviously we talk about the addiction to ratings, right? It's because we like to be able to measure ourselves, right? You want to be able to say, how good are you compared to this person that lives in the next state? How can I measure how much better I'm getting at the sport? The reason why you don't need that as much in golf is because golf operates on a consistent par system, right? Your par is going to be 68 to 73. It's going to be within 70 to 72, 90% of the time. So you can just go out there and shoot a number, and that number immediately, if you go out tomorrow and shoot an 80, I know just about how good at golf you are to some degree. In disc golf, we don't have that. So I think that's why the rating has such a hold on people. I genuinely think if disc golf course pars, I don't think this needs to be a thing, it's a different sport, but if disc golf course pars were all like golf pars, we wouldn't be so addicted to the rating. You'd be more addicted to your score, but because the score changes so much, and I'm expected to shoot 16 under at this course, but 5 over at this course, like that's where we're just craving that one number that tells us how good we are. And we don't have that in golf. I mean, my whole golf career, it was all about break 80, break 70, break 90, whatever it is. And it's just not the same in disc golf.
I do stand corrected. There are golf tournaments, a lot actually, that have flights. That's what they call them: flight 1, flight 2, flight 3. And I think those are based off your handicap, putting you in different divisions. But it's still it is still different.
How did you just correct yourself so fast? You
'Cause
Googled?
no, I just remembered it.
Okay. I was gonna say, you said I do stand corrected. And I was like, we're not. Are
He
we
was looking in the
live?
chat.
Like, are we live and have a chat right now?
No. I was thinking
Sal's is
more.
on,
I was
dude.
thinking more on it, and I was
Yeah.
like, there are, but I think there's more golf tournaments that are like scrambles and
Yeah. Well, amateur golf
fun.
tournaments are a much higher level thing, right? Like it's just you don't like amateur golf tournaments typically happen at a higher level unless they're like a fun scramble thing.
Yeah,
Whereas
or
disc
fun,
golf
yeah.
tournaments are kind of just for everybody.
I will
Yeah,
say,
I don't know how
the-
to change it. But
more-
it is. You got a bunch of people brainwashed, is what it feels like.
No, that is definitely the case. The more I've talked to and gotten to know Doug Bierkes, who's like, I would say the head of the PDGA. He's not on the board of directors. He's like the
He's the
executive
executive director.
I really like him, and I really like his head for the sport. It's just, can he change how it operates? Like, can he make the difference with like the people on the board of directors, the people who have been staffed at the PDGA for a long time and have done
Yeah, I would
stuff?
love to know like
like-
who holds the cards there because like
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree.
is he
Like
just a figurehead, or is
yeah,
he
Doug-
making the moves?
yeah, Doug seems like a really good guy, and like I feel like he has a good head on his shoulders, but I don't know. Like no matter
He
who's
might be
in
handcuffed
charge,
by the board of directors.
yeah, no matter who gets voted in or who's in charge, I feel like there's just like some certain political people in the PDJ that have always really held the cards. So I don't know, man. I'd love to get like someday Tour Life is gonna get an ex PDGA like disgruntled employee, and it's gonna be like the greatest episode of all time. There's gonna like tell all. That's to be looking.
It would be an interesting question to PGA is if you were told that disc golf would grow, more people would play casually, more people would play in tournaments, and more people would try to become professional. If you made like the PDGA rating system better / made it kind of free to where no matter what tournament you're in, it can like you can plug that score in. Does that make sense? So like how like the GIN works is I don't have to go to a tournament and make sure that it is qualified for it. I just score whatever my score is. Then I go to my GIN account and I put in my score. So if you could do something like that of where instead of having sanctioned versus non-sanctioned, all this, and instead of money basically going away from the local community, the TDs, the people playing in the tournament, and going to the PDJ, if you kept all that money in-house and you were able to go out and play a tournament and then take your score and plug it into your player rating or whatever you want to call it. And so it didn't matter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
think the important
and
part
the
of golf,
money stayed there. That would be. I wonder what they would say. I wonder if they would be like if you gave them a truth serum.
The transaction is so black and white. Like it's crazy because if you're Discraft or us, for example, your motivation to grow the sport is there. But like, for example, if you're Discraft, let's say every one person that starts playing disc golf, I mean, if it's Discraft, they might have a 40% chance of that person becoming a customer. If you're the PDGA, there's no competitor in the tournament world. So every one person that starts playing disc golf, you know, there's just a certain percentage that they will become a member. And then they're like, I would bet every person that plays disc golf to the PDGA is probably worth a little bit of money considering how much memberships cost. Like, you know, it's very black and white. Grow the sport, more people, more memberships, more income. It's very transactional there. So like they should be putting banners up.
But when you get bigger, it's the same thing like YouTube, Trevor, is when you have a 300 person audience and you're posting videos and these people are all saying, I love this because the only people that are watching you are the people that love you. and your videos aren't getting outside of your niche community, everything's roses, everything's great. But then all of a sudden a viral video comes out and now it's reaching to the masses, and now you're getting comments, this guy sucks. Why is this guy? Why? And all of a sudden you're like, wait, what the heck? I think it's the same thing with the PDGA. If you keep it small, you keep it the same people, they all get their nice jobs, they all make a whole lot of money.
Yeah,
Now all of a sudden it gets bigger.
Yeah, there's definitely
Does competition come in? Do more people, more smarter people come in and be like, start poking holes and start, seeing what's going on behind the curtain?
Like that. Are the PDGA behind slow the sport?
Well, it's just one of those things of like, if you are making, let's just say you're making $200,000.
No, I hear you. You're comfy,
and you're not having to do that much work.
You love your job. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Why put that at risk at making this a way bigger thing, and then all of a sudden someone's like, I think I can do your job better. What, you know what I'm saying?
Should the PDGA be a nonprofit? Would that change things? If like all of a sudden, if you have a really good year, there's not just a surplus in the budget and you're like, hopefully we can get raises next year. It's like, now the board of directors being driven by distribution.
Let's look at it. The
nonprofits, though, they can still just direct surplus to their budget, can't they?
Let's look at it. USGA is
I don't know all the laws, but it's not a straight up like distribution profit type model. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. USGA is a nonprofit. PGA of America is nonprofit. USA Basketball Foundation is a nonprofit. What else we got? What's the football one?
Football what?
Is there a football organization?
There's the NFL and the Players Association. There's no governing body. It's the NFL. There's
no governing body.
I feel like that's more the problem. Is like what you're reading right there has nothing to do with the NBA.
Yeah, USA Basketball has nothing.
USA Basketball has nothing to do with it. Yeah,
and like even the PGA Tour is different than the PGA of America and the USGA, right? Isn't the USGA more like AM?
PGA of America handles one major.
Yeah, the USGA handles a major,
and they also handle the rules.
Yeah, USGA is also the rules that are followed by the tour.
Correct.
I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I was just thinking that could be something because then you have a different motive.
Yeah, the PDGA is it's very unique. It really is because like the giant AM player base thing, like
it's not really though. It's the same as Ultimate.
Okay, well I don't know anything about Ultimate, so
what I'm saying it's the same. I'm just saying like there are other organizations out there, and I'm curious if there's other niche ones because you don't really see it in the top sports.
What
maybe FIFA? What's FIFA?
What keeps players in golf from like players in golf from gassing their handicap? Like
FIFA's a nonprofit. All right. Well, that was the one that I was hoping.
Players mess with their handicap all the time in golf, and they get caught out for it. Like guys will go to play scrambles, and they'll sandbag beforehand, and
it's the same thing as cheating.
Well, I was just saying, like Brodie was saying, you can plug your whatever round, and I was just saying, if that changed your rating, like everyone and their mom would be 1,000 ratings.
See that, but that's the thing is in disc golf, like
why is everyone and their mom in golf not a scratch golf?
Well, there's so many golfers
because you get called out immediately.
Yeah, people find out like you look like a fraud, but also in golf, there's just so many golfers that like if tomorrow a 1060 rated disc golfer popped up, people would start losing their minds. Nobody in golf is gonna care if some +4 handicapper pops up or +8, like something insane. Because unless they're on tour, who cares? Like it's just not a big deal like ratings are.
There's tons of really freaking good golfers that just for whatever reason can't make it on tour.
I guess in golf too, it like bites you in the butt because y'all are saying like obviously you go play a scramble or you go play a tournament and like if you're now having to play from a
and here's
handicap and
you're disadvantaging yourself.
Correct. And here's you actually
it's golf you never.
It's the other way. You want to make yourself worse than you actually are.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
You got to be willing to go out there and shoot a bad round.
Correct. And then also too, like everyone knows, if you're a high teens handicap, you are never shooting in the 70s. It's impossible.
No.
If you come in and say like I'm a 16 handicap and you post like a 77, That does not happen. In
Well,
disc
yeah.
golf, that can happen. You can be a 900 rated player and play at the right tournament, the right course with the right field and shoot 1,000 rated round. That doesn't happen in golf. But then the other thing that's interesting too is going back to it. And this is across the board. No one's sitting. The majority of people that watch the NFL, watch the NBA, watch any professional sport isn't sitting there thinking that they could beat that person. Now, occasionally, yes, will we say I could have caught that? I could have made that throw. I could have made that shot. I could have made that field goal. Yes, 100%. The biggest flaw with the biggest flaw with the rating system, the PGA rating system, is some Joe Schmo can go out and play courses that are suited for him in fields that are suited for him and have a player rating that is better or equivalent to people on tour. And so now that person thinks they're better or as good, and also people around them. I've seen this firsthand. I've seen people talk about someone being like, this guy's incredible at disc golf. He's 1,012 rated, whatever. And then I watch them play and I'm like, this guy's not good. He's good at mini disc golf, but that's not what disc golf is. And that is, I think, the biggest problem is there's too much comparison between the professional level and the amateur level, where on the pro side in golf, that doesn't exist. Like the best golfers in your country club will tell you straight up, I would majority of the time, like 95, because sometimes we do see freak things happen, get absolutely smoked if I played any pro on a pro level course.
Yeah.
And
well,
that just doesn't.
Too, is in golf, many golfers will never even play a pro level course because the way they set it up is specific for those tournaments. Whereas, like, I can go play a pro tour course tomorrow.
Yeah, it'd basically be like if New London,
the OB was like 5 feet wide all of a sudden, and the baskets were
and then also
tournaments came in, they just like pulled all the OB out.
Yeah,
the opposite in disc golf.
They do make it easier for some courses, but my example would be like if New London, the longs, they would like cover them and wouldn't allow anyone to play them.
Well, and the perfect example in golf, like this is something you can't even do in disc golf, is they just cut the greens shorter. So they're just faster. Like, yes, it just instantly makes
they let the rough grow longer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they do for sure, but I think that is an issue with the rating system, because right now you have a way for people. I mean, heck, I was doing the same thing when I was starting and playing like stupid little courses. I would look up like a tournament that happened at that course and be like, oh, I just shot a 10-12 rated round. Like, I'm freaking so good at disc golf. And it's like, no, that doesn't equate. So
I think what it is too is like golf, you don't know a player's handicap. And they like, I'm sure tour players might know their handicap, but like if I said a random touring pro, you aren't going to just know their handicap.
I would say 95% of touring pros have no idea what their handicap is.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't really.
So like, therefore,
they can maybe guess, but they would have no idea.
If disc golf was that way, where touring pros didn't have a rating, their rounds didn't have a rating, then all you'd be using is I visually watch my 10-12 rated local guy, and then I visually watch Gannon Burr, and you're now having to visually compare instead of being like, oh, this guy just averaged 1050 at an event, and Gannon Burr's only 1058 rated. He could probably go toe to toe with, you know what I'm saying? Which is like, that's what you're doing right now, is you're just watching your local golf pro, and then you're watching Rory McIlroy on TV, and you don't have to be like, oh, they could go toe to toe. Like, it's just visual.
Because there's definitely tournaments that I've played, like the what is it called? The oh shoot, I forgot what it's called, on Wednesday when you play with the pros.
The Pro-Am?
Yes. Pro-Am. I've played in Pro-Ams before where I've shot better than the professional I was playing with. But I never thought in my head that I was better than that person.
Yeah.
Because on any given day, sure, you can go out there and beat someone if you're really good.
Yeah.
But over the course of time, that person's going to beat you the majority of the time. Yeah. And also you watch the two players play and you're like, he had a really bad day. I played out of control. I played out of my mind.
Yeah.
Where I think in disc golf, it's like you go out there and you shoot a really good round, and you see someone else shoot a terrible round. You're like, I'm better than that person.
I've
always-
I've always
immediately
stood
jump to
by
that.
it. I think
I-
ratings, as soon as you hit 1,000, they should just all cap.
I like that.
And then it's just like the pros are the pros. You hit 1,000 rated, you're a pro level player, and then that's that.
Just that simple.
I think,
we'll
unfortunately, I
end
think we're
this whole
coming back
section.
to it. I think we're coming back to it, unfortunately.
What do you mean coming back?
Like there was a point in time where not that many
It's
people were
because
like
Gannon's trying to get
posting.
1060. It's starting to talk again.
Not that many people were posting about it.
Yeah.
People were just saying like this person just won a tournament, and now it's like everyone's talking about ratings again.
It's because Gannon's trying to get the highest all time. He's like 3 points away or whatever.
Here's all I'll say is I once beat Paul Macbeth at a tournament for one round. It was unsanctioned. So therefore, you can just judge my rating based on that. Yeah, I did it once. Speaking of judging the rating, let's go ahead and start our game.
Let's judge the rating.
I got some videos. I got some pictures. I believe Trevor won last week.
I don't remember.
Well, Trevor, you're going to text me first.
I don't think we ever remember who wins.
We don't. Here's the first one.
I think
here.
I did win last
Oh,
week.
snap.
Oh, let's
Knee brace. Welcome to the club.
This
Knee
is
brace
Andrew Wallen out of Mapleton, Illinois. He has been a member since 2013. He's a certified official. He has played 169 career events and has 27 career wins.
This guy's a dog.
Trevor, you will text me his rating first, and then we'll let Brodie assess here.
This guy's a certified dog. Where's that polo, though?
Pretty good nose down angle on this disc here, too.
Oh, he's ripping. Oh, boy. Let's see here.
I'm getting thrown off by the angle of this photo.
Brodie, you can speak freely. Trevor has guessed.
Yeah, I'm getting thrown off by the angle of this photo because it's not right in front and it's not to the side. It's like it's off to an angle, and so it's making me believe that this was like that he rotated way too early, but I don't know. It's so All right. Shoes with black shoes, white socks, dark horse move there. I do it sometimes when laundry is an issue.
Yeah, bro. You're not the guy to be handing out the fashion tip. You wore the bathing suit to work once.
That's true.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Nothing. Just saying.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? What the heck?
This guy's just ready to go. It was dead winter.
I had to wear uniforms for a really long time in most of my jobs. So as soon as I started working for myself, I'd wear whatever the heck I wanted.
Wait, what did you just do? You wore a bathing suit?
Yeah, when he was
to
up here.
work?
Yeah, when he worked here.
One time.
What?
You've
was
never
like
worn
board shorts.
You've never worn board shorts as shorts? You literally only wear a bathing suit if you're going into the pool?
Yeah.
That's what I do
I'd have to say
personally.
yes.
Really?
But granted, we're all in either Pennsylvania or Central Lynchburg. You're not really.
I don't think I'm in the minority. I think you guys are in the minority here.
Well,
I
if
think it
were
depends
like,
a lot culturally. Like at the beach,
Yeah, if I were like
so
at the
you would
beach.
only ever wear a bathing suit if you knew you're going in the water.
unless I'm at the beach. At the beach,
well,
I'll rock a bathing suit.
I need to
That's what I'm
say
saying. If
this.
you're at the beach or the water, you
Yeah,
have to be
that's it.
going.
If the bathing suit could also just look like normal shorts, then no, I would wear it. It would be fine. But most of my bathing suits look pretty unashamedly like bathing suits.
Huh.
But like if it was just like a solid color and they just kind of like board
Think
shorts,
of
I would
it
do it.
in this sense. There's the closest body of water other than a pool to swim in here is 45 minutes away. So like if I just
he's
show
like a
up to
little out of
Walmart
place in Lynchburg.
in a bathing suit,
Well, here's
it's
a
like,
good
oh, he's going to
question.
the pool.
Have you ever walked into a gas station barefoot?
No shoes,
Yeah.
no shirt.
See,
no
that's
service.
cultural difference there. That's a big cultural difference.
Yeah.
I've
Flip-flop.
walked into many gas stations without shoes and without a shirt many a
There you go.
times. So
I've never
right.
looked good enough to walk into a gas station shirtless.
Yes.
well, I don't think you need to like look good to walk in shirtless. It's just it is what it is. All right, let's get back to it. The sunglasses on top of the hat always is a baffling move for me because it's like, aren't they always going to fall off? So let me go. For some reason, I feel like this guy's a killer in like an MA2 division.
Mm.
And he just, he racks up a win like every couple tournaments. So there's not really a reason to move up. And he's just consistently a solid 908.
Oh my!
Wow, 908.
This
might
is
be
the biggest disparity we've
biggest
ever
disparity
had.
between two guests.
Did you go super crazy high?
Super high. Probably.
Trevor went 992.
Oh
And
man!
I think he's
Brody
probably
went
going to fall at like 970 though. There's no way this guy's that low.
908.
No
Actually,
way.
let me look at his career wins here because let's just see.
I can't lose this.
I was just going off the. I was just going off the fact that we got to be trying.
Yeah, he's had a lot of wins in MA2. Most of his wins have come in MA1.
Okay, that's
good.
unfortunate for me. That's unfortunate for me.
Andrew Wallen comes in at 967. So Trevor's a little closer. Trevor had 25 points. Brodie had 59 points. Yeah, a lot closer. Andrew Wallen. Fun fact about this photo. He was saying that basically like 2 weeks before this at a tournament, he messed up his knee and he tore some ligament and then sprained his ACL and meniscus.
Oh my
and
god!
then like 2 weeks later was Am Worlds at his hometown. And he's like, I'm not missing that. So he just braced up and could only throw like 100 some feet because he like couldn't really, it hurt the twist on his knee. And that's what this picture is from.
There ain't no way that throw.
Okay, that makes sense then, because he's kind of rotating.
Looks like it's going a lot farther.
That's not going 100 feet, bro.
He came in like 30.
All right.
But that's probably why his form looked a little
he's
wonky.
a grinder.
Dang it. I was
You
right
hear
with
no
the
bell?
MA2 wins, and then I freaking.
All right, let's go ahead and get the next person up here.
Oh,
putting
putt.
video. Brodie will text first. This is about a minute long putting
That
video.
hit the lights?
Bro just hit the lights.
Hit the lights. You can assess what you want to assess out of here. This
I do not like this follow through. I don't like this follow through. I don't like this follow through. It's freaking
he's got
me out.
Command of the frizz though.
Why is he going up after he releases the disc? Why is he doing that? I don't like it.
It's like some people do that to like exaggerate to make sure they don't like let it go early. I respect that.
He's from Alameda, California. He's been a member since 2023 and he has played 4 career events. He is currently expired. So we're going off his most recent rating.
What's this guy's name?
He's dumping
Luke
some of these
Hammer.
in here. Though. Like that's a far putt, that far basket. And he was dumping some of them in.
Luke Zamyard?
Hammer.
Luke Hammer.
Brodie will text first, and then Trevor can.
We're getting a full rack here.
It's a full minute. It's a full minute long video.
Like that's a putt right there over the light. This first one was epic. Boom! What a start!
I mean, he's got a really good form, and
he's throwing a good looking putt.
He uses his body weight really well. I just think whenever you add something in at the end, it's going to mess up your consistency. And there's no reason for it. The disc is already out of your hand. Your arm isn't going up. It's going forward. And then after you release the hand. So I would little piece of advice to this guy, because he actually, I think, could turn from a really good putter into a great putter, is just get rid of that. Get rid of that little extra movement.
I mean, it's usually just a mental cue to like keep the disc.
I see what Brodie's saying, because like now if he holds onto it a second longer, it's going off his line that he was trying.
Yeah, he has a great stroke, and then he just adds in this extra thing at the end. And my guess is he probably sometimes airlifts it over the basket.
I can't talk because he's made more putts in this video than I've made my life from this distance.
Yeah.
So
well, I got really good at putting really quickly by just keeping it really, really simple. Like that's I think the key is just super simple.
That helps.
But with all that being said,
you got to text
me your and then Trevor will.
I will say this too. I have an issue with people doing stuff in jeans. And also
there's just 2 types of people in this world, like the guys who will be active in jeans and the guys that won't.
Also,
have you see Truett? What's his last name? Haynes. I think it's Truett Haynes. He like runs marathons in jeans and a flannel.
Oh
his father's Cam Haynes. Truett Haynes broke David Goggins' pull-up in 24 hours world record.
He must have the worst chafing of all time.
I'm sure, but he's a hoss.
Also, PSA. I don't know if this is the right way of using a PSA. I don't know when are you supposed to do a PSA for other people?
Sure.
Well, it's for the public.
Is that allowed?
And a public service announcement.
Disc golfers. Where's my camera? Disc golfers. I'm talking mostly to you professionals out there. Stop posting Instagram stories, reels, or pictures of you in the gym wearing disc golf pants.
Yeah.
Stop it. Also, stop wearing your disc golf polos in gyms.
Yeah.
Stop
They
it.
travel with like 10 shirts, man.
What do
They're
you
at
mean they
home
travel?
in
It's
the
the off season.
Yeah.
Trevor, it's the
bad.
off season.
It's bad. I've seen
Go
it a
to
lot.
Goodwill. Buy a shirt.
I've seen it a lot. And every
Stop
time
it.
I'm like,
Who's the
what are
biggest
we
culprit?
doing?
Who's
Stop
the biggest
it.
culprit?
Ricky does it some. Ricky was
Right.
just
Everyone
posting,
does it.
Ricky was just posting in full tournament gear, full
Everyone-
tournament apparel, working out. And I'm like, what are we
You're
doing?
literally- you're literally
hilarious.
like
Put the
the
grip
guy-
6 belt on and get in the squat rack now.
Here's the big issue with disc golf. And you want the big one? Let's pull the curtain out, Hunter.
Okay.
Here's the big issue. A lot of the professionals that are playing disc golf are the guys that you show up to like the pickup basketball game in your gym at Lifetime or at the YMCA, and they come in wearing a full LeBron James kit. Those people, the full LeBron James kit people, those are the people that are playing the Disc Golf Pro Tour. That's the problem. It's the same people. And you know I'm right. That's why you're laughing. Because you know I'm right.
It
Listen,
is
man, you're
funny
not
to
saying anything we haven't said
Perception is a
before.
huge thing. There's a
It
reason.
is funny to picture
Look up
like
the definition of marketing. It's real.
Look it up.
Look
it
it
is
up.
funny to
It may
picture
shock you.
like JJ Redick coming in just like his Duke uniform, lifting weights, just like his full jersey, just like getting reps in, like or Rory McIlroy and just like he's just fully golf polo, golf shoes, white
I
belt.
have seen pro golfers in the gym in the golf attire before. It's not a good look either, but I have seen it.
It's a lot of times it's people that aren't used to lifting.
That's what I'm saying. It's people
Sometimes
that like,
sometimes it's also at events, like they'll do
It's
it. Like
also,
before.
too,
okay,
like,
if you're
hey,
warming
I
up before
lost-
an event,
Yeah, I lost my suitcase.
yeah,
Like I don't have
Okay.
anything. Or like you said, like a lot of times they do a quick like 15-minute.
Dude,
lift
that'll be a
before
punishment for
tournament.
me in some video. I have to go into Planet Fitness in the morning, grip 6 belt, tucked in polo, golf shorts, hat. Heck, I'll bring my bag in there.
Bring a sports sack.
Yeah,
have a sports
you
sack.
gotta-
and get a little
chalk.
extra.
you got to figure out how to hook up a disc to one of the we'll put
Oh
a
my
carabiner on a disc and you'll
gosh,
start doing
dude.
pull throughs on
The
on
thing is
machine.
that I'm not wrong though. Is like when you see that guy in full LeBron James gear, it doesn't really matter if he's actually good at basketball or not good at basketball.
Oh, it's goofy.
Everyone has that perception of who that person is instantly.
They have to be really good at basketball for it to change the perception.
Yeah, good enough that
Even
you
then,
think
you're
they're in the
still
league.
even then you're still like, that guy's weird. Why is he wearing that?
But like
He's
at least
so good.
start
Why
to
is
like
he-
kind of like chuckle. I'm like, all right, maybe he's funny. Maybe he's just doing it to be
But
funny.
it's like I
But no,
don't
when you
think
first walk in, it's tough.
we're not helping ourselves. If
No.
we're trying to grow the game, we're not helping ourselves.
Yeah, no, it doesn't help. All right, back
All
to
right, but anyways.
back to Luke Hammer here in jeans.
Did you text
He's
in
not
the number?
texted yet.
Wear
He's not
wear
texted.
swim shorts. Swim shorts.
Oh my gosh, just text the rating.
I'm
I
going
don't know.
All right, here's
I'm going
guest.
berserk
Trevor?
mode on this episode.
I
He's-
haven't had a clue what to say about this guy. I'm gonna say his putt's pretty good, but I think he practices putting a lot, and he's still new to the sport, so I'm not gonna say he's super high up there yet. He's barely played any events. I'm gonna say 9-12.
9-12 for Trevor.
Also, let's real quick. Let's guess where he's putting from.
How far?
No. Like the state. Is
Oh.
it United States? Is he in
It
the
is.
United States? All right, let's do a little guess. It's a little
Okay.
geo guesser. A little geo
Is
guesser.
he looks like he has turf in that backyard. That's typically a warmer climate. And if he filmed this video recently and he's just wearing that, it must stay somewhat warm.
I'm trying to figure out what all these things are on the right.
I'm gonna
Is this a pool? Is that a
say-
pool situation? Like
it could
where
be Texas, could be Cali.
what is all that stuff on the right? What are all those pillows?
It looks like
Those
just
are
cushions.
like outdoor furniture cushions, probably that are off for the year for winter.
I'm going Colorado.
I like warmer than that. I'm gonna go California.
It was California,
I'm
Alameda,
literally the goat,
Alameda,
Geoguesser.
California. I'm pretty sure I
Come
said that,
on.
but
baby.
I must not have.
Oh, you may have. Maybe it
might
wasn't
have.
consciously in my head. I don't
But
know.
I definitely did
Uh,
not remember. That's why I was
yeah.
Well, y'all also were both very far off. Luke Hammer is 857 rated.
Oh,
did
Y'all
Brodie
guessed
say?
within like 2 points of each other. Brody
okay.
went 915 and Trevor, you went
to be
913.
fair,
Also
he
closer.
probably would be
Or
around
912. You
950.
went 912. So you were 55 and 58 off respectively.
He
Well, we
probably
give him a
would
lot of
be
credit.
9:15, 9:12 if he didn't have that little thing at the end of his putt.
There you go. All right, let's go ahead and get the next one up here, Side Guy.
Imagine if disc golf had
Ooh,
defenders.
Whoa.
This is Jenna
Wait,
Geyser.
is this our first FPO video?
I believe so.
No, I think we might have had one before.
First
that is-
female
video?
video. We don't know
not
if she's
video,
FPO.
no.
First female video.
Okay, can we just first talk about worst tee pad of all time? It looks like she breaks her ankle and slips at the same time at the end. This tee pad is terrible.
Yeah, this is based out of Ohio. Member since 2023. 15 career events, 5 career wins.
That's a trap card though in FPO. She could have like FA2 wins and there was nobody playing. This form looks very much like somebody who's new to the sport but has some good ideas.
It's very close. It is very close. She could generate so much more power if she really got into it on her back foot, but she
doesn't quite get the weight all the way back.
Look how fast she look how fast she gets her weight all on her front foot.
Not bad though.
It's
FPO is so tricky. This rating could be anywhere. I guess I gotta text it. Let's see.
I think she probably could easily throw like 50 feet farther.
Yeah,
if she just
put
was
a good move
able
on that disc though. Like that looks like a disc that could go close to 300 feet. Not that one. That one's going downwards.
Well, it's a downhill.
Downhill hole.
It is matching the angle. That's pro move. Oh boy, this is gonna be really tough. Okay, I sent my guess in.
You like it?
It's just this is like deep water with dealing with the FPO division.
I'm gonna go. Okay, it's actually upper body is really good. I like the upper body movement. Lower body, you can definitely tell there's definitely some stuff to work on, but she can sling it. Now the question is, how the heck is she putt? Right, her putting could be an absolute
putting video.
Putting could be absolutely atrocious. Which I gotta think about it now. You can send a putting video, or you can send a throwing video. Is this someone that would try to trick me into thinking they're better than they actually are by showing me their best thing? Or is this
they just
person,
wanted a form review from Brodie Smith?
No, or I mean, I'd normally charge $50 and then never actually give you a form review. Or I'm on fire today. Or
oh man.
Is this, I gotta go with the psychology. Are they trying to trick me, or are they showing me the best stuff? Most people are going to show you what they're good at and not try to trick you. That's what I think she's doing. I think she's not good at putting. I'm going to go 842.
42 for
you're gonna
Brodie.
regret that. That's high.
Trevor went with 810.
This is
you're like 30 lower than me.
This is it's a lot. This is local FPO.
Kristen, the TAR's 1,000 rated.
Y'all both also immediately just ignored every time I kept saying, y'all don't know she's FPO. This could be any female division. And you just locked in on FPO. I was trying to give you hints there.
When I was saying FPO, I meant thinking it's a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
She played this year in some FA3 and some FA1.
Yikes. Wait, FA1 as well.
FA1 as well. FA1 as well. But y'all both overshot it. Jenna is 769 rated, meaning Brodie was 73 points off and Trevor was 41 points off. So
I'm kidding. Dominated.
Brodie's closest guess so far is 58.
I think
840 for like a local female player is like pretty high.
840 is very solid.
I have no idea. You think I'm like crunching numbers over here?
I'm just saying like the bottom of the Pro Tour is probably like
you're probably right. Oh, this looks like me when I first started.
We got Elaine Robert out of Alberta,
Silas,
Canada.
Holy cow.
Silas, CGI
Canada?
Alberta, Canada.
Okay.
Silas, CGI a horse in between his legs real quick.
There's no way you can do that.
So he's been playing since 2021. He's had 8 career events and 4 career wins.
What?
Oh my God, 50%
sandbagger.
Elaine Robert. Brodie will text me first in his last hope here.
Like,
if Brodie gets it exactly right, he wins, Trev?
Yep, fair enough.
Of course.
Nice.
Like, there's just not a universe where that throw ends up looking super pretty. I just can't see it. But like, if it did, it's going 8 million feet. That arm is coming through on a pretty. Here's what I will say. Did you text it in?
He did.
Yeah,
He has
I'm
texted.
locked
Here's what I
in.
will say is his back arm is in a position where it actually does look like he's going to do some correct things with that upper body. I like where his off arm is. The lower body, though, it just looks really stagnant. It doesn't look like he got.
Well, he's got his front both his feet are on the same plane.
Yeah,
That distance got to be going right.
Right. Like I just don't really have a lot of belief in this thing. I'm gonna say I just need to play it somewhat safe here to not lose. I'm gonna say 901.
901 for Trevor. One of you got very close, but unfortunately, neither of you got it spot on. So Brodie's not going to win because also Trevor was closer. He was 907 rated. Brodie was 15 points off. Trevor was 6 points off.
What did you guess
Elaine
higher?
Robert. He gets lower.
I went
890.
892.
Okay.
892.
Yeah, I thought about going into 800s.
Let's look at career wins here.
He's
He's
all
won
those wins. Like, it
2
means you're topping out of
MA2, 1
divisions.
MA3, 1 MA4.
Well, okay, so he's moved up the ladder. Dude's
MA2.
he's just moving on up.
MA2, he beat 16 people.
All right.
To win MA2, he went
What's this guy's
929,
name?
916.
What's this guy's
Elaine
name?
Robert.
Hey, Lane, can you go ahead? Lane?
Elaine.
Elaine.
A-L-A-I-N.
Elaine, if you're watching this, can you please send in a video next week? We don't need a guess. I just want to know how
From the
that
back.
massive arm gets into that position and then just fires an absolute missile.
Film it from behind, though.
I'll take both.
Okay.
Either way.
Oh, you want to
Okay.
have like multiple
at the
cameras
camera for
out
all I
there?
care. Dude, Hunter, how have we not done that? We need to get an old camera out like 100 feet down range. The guys who hit stingers with the golf balls do this all the time. Just throw discs at it.
Let's just set up our GoPro. Probably wouldn't even break it if it hit it.
Maybe not. You probably put like a little panel
I
in
want to
front
try
of
a
it.
game to end the show. I want to try it. Originally, I was going to go 3 rounds.
Yeah, we'll just go
but I'm
one.
going to just try it once. So how this is going to work, I need both of you just to pull up the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings.
And close our
And
eyes.
basically, sorry?
What?
Just pull up the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. And how it's going to work is each of us are just going to pick a player off
The
the Pro
standings
Tour
aren't.
standings.
They don't exist right now because the season's not happening.
I have them.
I have them.
Where do you go to?
I
Scores and
searched Disc Golf
stats?
Pro Tour standings.
I just Googled
Oh,
Disc
it's in
Golf Pro
scores
Tour
and
standings.
stats. It's just a different section on the website now.
Yeah, you have to Google search it. Don't go to their website. and
never
try
go to the
find
website.
it.
Yeah, that's a big mistake on my part.
Rule number
All right,
one.
I've got
Okay.
it. I've got it.
You're going to pick a player, any player you want. And how it's going to work for this round.
Any player? Let's go top something.
MPO. No, because you'll understand. You'll understand.
There's only 150 and I'm 149.
No, some of them don't have
Trevor,
pictures, huh?
you piece of trash.
It doesn't have to necessarily have a picture.
I'm almost off the board.
If it's a person we've never heard of and there's no picture, okay, you explain the game and then we'll figure out if there's an
Okay,
issue.
we might have to go pictures, but basically how the game's going to work is you're going to pick a player, any player you want, and then I'll ask Trevor ask Brodie, Brodie ask me, and we're just going to play Guess Who. So how Guess Who works is you can only ask yes or no questions.
I mean, guys.
And the first person to guess the other person's player wins.
I mean, guys, if I take Nestori Tukkanen, you're never guessing.
We want to
that.
be able to use images.
It's got to be
Like,
more than images. We got to narrow down the field. Guess who has like 20 people?
You have to know the person.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna be scrolling forever.
We'll do top 45.
No,
There
the
you go.
person that you picked. No. The person that you picked, you have to know.
Or that. You have
you
to
ha-
at least be able to answer questions about like, do they have a mustache?
Yes. No, not even that. It's like
We're gonna get abused. Brodie's gonna pick somebody we've never heard of.
No, I will not. I refuse.
Whatever. All right, fine. You guys
I have
are
my
in,
player.
this game's never gonna end. I almost promise you that.
You can keep it up in front of you.
Yeah, I'll just pick
The
somebody.
Pro
I
Tour
know.
standings.
I'll pick somebody I know. You're never gonna guess ever.
I'm asking Trevor. Trevor, you can ask the first question.
Oh, I've got a perfect one.
You're asking Brodie, Trevor.
Whatever, dude. You're never guessing. All right. I'm gonna take it somewhat easy. I'm asking Brodie.
Yeah.
Ask away, man.
Has your player ever been on Team Discraft?
No.
Okay.
Brodie, you're asking me.
I'm asking you, Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. Is your player sponsored?
Yes. That's a good way to start, actually. You know what? No, I'll go.
Yeah,
Let's go
Trevor's
Trevor.
guess was terrible.
Trevor, is your
What are you
player
talking about? I'm
is
trying
your
to narrow it down
player-
early.
is your player on Team Discraft currently?
Hold that.
You guys are terrible at
thought.
guess who. You guys are terrible at guess who.
Maybe, but I also could be electric right now. I could narrow it down to like 15 people. He's thinking a lot, which is kind of like concerning.
No,
Also, for a second, I
was
thought-
just trying to confirm something.
This might give you guys a hint, but I don't care. For a second, I thought the person I picked was way nasty. And then I realized it was the amount of points he was getting at events, not his place. So it was the opposite. But for a second, I was like, what the heck? This guy won like 7 times?
That's fun.
I'm gonna say yes.
They are on Team Discraft.
Yeah.
Wow,
See how that works,
great
Brodie?
guess.
See,
That's a great guess.
yeah. See how it is a
If
good
you're
question
lucky,
because
yeah, if you're lucky,
I got lucky.
there's 3 of us. You got to shoot to win.
I'm not worried.
Okay, it's back to me.
Yep.
Brodie.
We're doing MPO or FPO?
MPO only.
MPO. Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Wait, what?
No, I'm joking. Go.
Did your player have any podiums last year, to the best of your knowledge?
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah, you
I
should
literally
be able to.
click. I can literally click on it. No.
Okay.
Do we want to say like certain things are like off limits?
What do you mean?
Like we can all agree. Like I don't think you should be able to say like, is he top 20 in the world? Like in the standings. That can narrow it down way too fast.
I think
Like
that's fair because
we
we're looking
should
at the
have-
list.
That's what I'm saying. We should have 2v1 veto power if the guess
Okay.
isn't
Yeah,
good.
that's fair.
Okay.
Okay, so he's sponsored. Let's go Hunter.
Hmm?
Is he from the United States?
Yes.
Okay. See,
question.
that narrows a
So-
lot down for me, Trevor. See how this game
Trevor-
works?
Trevor said he was on Team
Ridiculous.
Discraft. Trevor
The
said he
same
was on
question
Team
I
I'm
Discraft.
trying
asked
to
to
help
Hunter, he
you.
asked back to
I'm
me, and you're
trying
like,
to
"Oh,
help
great
you."
question."
You've never played Guess Who? I'm trying to
I
help.
played Guess Who so much.
I'm so confused because Trevor. Oh, okay. Trevor is your
I
player
also
from the
think I know
is-
who it is.
I'm gonna just ask. I'm gonna go real specific for Trev.
Okay.
Go real specific because I think it'd be interesting. Trevor, is your player from Maryland?
The heck?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I have to
Hunter-
guess next, or can I just lock it in
No,
now?
you can't guess now. You
Okay,
Yeah, we all,
okay.
You have to
all-
guess
Brodie,
at the
we
start
have
of
to
your-
guess.
You have to guess at the start of
Hunter
your
knows
turn.
exactly who it is.
What?
Yeah.
Trevor, who did you
he
pick?
paused too long on the Team Discraft. There was only one guy on this list that Trevor wouldn't know.
I don't know if that's true, but
Ooh. Who don't you know that's on Team Discraft?
Very excited. All right, Trevor, you guess. Well, you don't have to guess Brodie's. You can ask another question. I might be wrong.
no, you're not wrong, obviously.
Wait, who is it? Who's from Maryland?
Brodie, is
It's on
your
Discraft.
player Paul Kranz?
I was thinking about going with
Oh
him.
my
That's
gosh, could you
crazy.
imagine?
I
That would
did
have been
not.
wild.
I changed. That was the person I changed last second to someone else. So no, it's not.
Dang.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out who the heck is from Maryland on Discraft.
One.
Yeah,
Well, it
I
might be
don't
more
know.
than one. We're about to find out after I guess
there's
right
here.
your turn, you're not.
I'm gonna guess now. My guess, I guess.
you know
for
he's
you.
sponsored from the United States.
Yeah, I mean, it narrows it down heavily.
I mean, Hunter just happened to pick
I
like
had
a question
two
that,
fantastic questions.
yeah, just
We got
narrowed it all
screwed with the
down.
Discraft. We got screwed with you going Discraft. Give me
I mean,
Joseph
he could have said any
Anderson.
manufacturer and got it. Like, it just
Who?
is what it
Who'd you
is.
Joseph
say?
Anderson.
All right, Trev. Is it Andrew Fish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how many here you guys work together. I don't think you're ever gonna get mine.
Ever?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is your player from the United States?
Yes.
Is your player sponsored?
Yes.
Is your player on Team Innova?
No.
Is your player sponsored by a manufacturer?
Yes.
Okay.
Is your player sponsored by Latitude 64?
No.
That was a terrible question. I know he's from the U.S. He had no podiums last year, Hunt.
No podiums from the U.S.
Not from Discraft or Innova or Latitude. Just keep naming manufacturers. We're going to get it eventually here.
Your player Luke Sampson?
No.
Ah. I just saw it.
Is your player from Texas?
No.
We get a hezzy.
Yeah, no. Not dark horse. He might have been, but he's not.
Is your player on Team Discmania?
No. I mean, you guys haven't gotten a yes in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a little bit.
This is the perfect player. I got screwed that Trevor picked a terrible person. I picked a perfect person.
I don't really think it was the terrible person. It was just
Yeah.
luck. I mean,
Everyone knew Fish. Everyone knew it was
everybody. Yeah, you didn't even know it once you knew like the obvious.
I had no
hint.
idea.
Is
I had
your
no idea it was
player-
from Maryland.
Is your player typically known for wearing sunglasses?
No. Is that where that Ironwood Hill course is or whatever that everyone talks
Maryland?
about? Yeah.
No,
That's in Delaware.
Iron
Oh,
City
That's
Hill.
close. Okay.
I
just
is
know
your
he plays
player
that.
on Team Dynamic?
No. I mean, this is unbelievable. The amount of
I don't know
no's.
who it is. I bet.
I'm running out of no's here, guys.
I'm trying to think because I know he did.
Is your player on Team DGA?
No.
Oh, is it Tristan Tanner?
No.
Ah,
He's with Latitude, isn't he? Not anymore.
I don't know who he's with. I'm just clicking through at this point trying to find out.
Is your player Mason Marchbanks? No, he's
No,
from
but I
Texas.
thought about
He's
him.
from
That's the other guy I thought about.
Oh,
Wow, Trevor's got the two that I thought about.
Is your player on Team Prodigy?
Nope.
This
you
is
might
a
be
good one.
goated. Is he
You
on
guys
Team
are-
MVP?
Nope. You guys aren't gonna figure out who this is.
We gotta figure it out.
You guys
I
need
don't
better
think they
questions. You guys
exist,
need better
son.
questions. Better questions.
Is your player above
player
6 feet
lefty?
tall?
Wait, what?
Above
Your
6
player
feet
left-
tall.
No to lefty.
Okay, so he's close.
Can't
to 6
confirm.
feet.
Yeah, can't confirm or deny above 6 feet. Definitely not like for sure below, and definitely not above 6 feet. Does that make sense?
I
He might
guess.
be 5'10". He might be 6'1". I think he's below 6 feet.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
just
he's
trying to
below
think if
6
there
feet.
like what manufacturers are even left.
Gosh.
As I'm
Is,
scrolling through here. Oh, okay. Here's a good question we need to ask Hunter. Is your player under the age of 25? So he's probably right around 25.
Yeah, another one where like could be like 23, but also could be 27.
Is your player Robert Burridge?
No. Robert's under 25. I know that. He just
He's
graduated
close.
college.
He's close.
Really? Didn't he
Maybe
just
like
graduate?
23 or 24?
Man, I'm running out of everything. I'm clueless right
This is
now.
the
Those last two
perfect-
questions I got are like
This
right
is
on the
the
border. So
perfect
he's like
person.
mid 20s, just under 6 foot. He's the most generic person ever.
Yes.
Not a lefty. Has your player ever won on the Pro Tour?
No.
Yeah.
Ah. Is your player from Florida?
No.
Golly, this is impossible.
This is ridiculous.
Oh
Not
man.
on DD. Did you already ask if he was on Innova, Trevor?
We need someone
Yeah,
to
I
make a. Can someone make a guess
Is your
who
player
disc
on Mint?
golfer?
Is your player
No.
on Mint?
Can someone make a guess who disc golfer version for us? That would be fun. Just like have like 35 people.
Did you already
men
guess
and women.
DGA, Trev?
I can't believe you guys can't guess the manufacturer. It's crazy.
Is your player on MVP?
No.
I already said that.
You already guessed that?
Is
Go
your
through
What
player
the
other
Lord.
manufacturers are left?
wait? Has your player ever dyed his hair?
No, not Chandler Kramer.
That was the Crame dog.
What other manufacturers are left? Who haven't we guessed?
I don't know.
We've guessed. You guessed MVP.
Wait,
we guessed Discraft. We guessed DGA.
wait. Does your
Did we
player
guess
have a YouTube
Discraft?
channel?
I don't Yes, but not like known for it.
Okay, that's
They
a
do.
clue, Hunt.
They do have one.
That's a clue. He knew that there was a YouTube channel that existed.
Did we ask if your player was on Discraft? Is your player on
We
Discraft?
did.
Not on
we did.
Discraft.
Yeah, that was the first question I asked him. He bullied me for it.
It was a terrible
That's right.
question.
Right. It won me the game in 2 questions.
It did. It was a great.
I don't
question.
win without the Discraft question.
Your question was fantastic, Trev.
Is your player on Lone Star?
Oh,
No.
has your player ever been in a distance competition, like at Worlds or USDGC?
Can't confirm or deny, but I would if I had to guess, I would probably say no.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't.
That's just once again just not helping.
He's not. He's
What
not.
other
No.
manufacturer is there?
Wait. Does your player have a multi-year contract?
I would have to look at Ulti World. To know
Has
that
your
as well.
player ever signed a notable multi-year contract?
What does notable mean?
We know about
Or
it.
like
It's
you would
been
know it off
announced
the
as
top of your head.
multi-year.
I doubt you know about the contract because you haven't even named his sponsor. So why would you know about his
I can't figure out
contract?
the sponsor.
Can't you figure out the sponsor?
It's
No
a
way you
manufacturer, though.
Yes.
Who are we
Just
missing?
pull up a list. Just pull up a list.
Is your player sponsored by Westside?
No.
What the heck? Is your player sponsored by Finish Line?
No.
I know. I tried to guess.
But you are kind of getting warmer.
Is your
Gateway?
Warmer, no. But you're kind of in the right aisle. You're in the
Star?
aisle.
AGL?
No. Wow. These people.
Castaplast.
Yes, they are gonna come for your heart and
Okay,
soul.
so Castaplast. I guess Luke
Castaplast
Sampson
lovers are
already.
gonna come after you guys.
I just don't.
I already guessed Luke Sampson. That's why I didn't go Castaplast.
Oh
I
yeah.
already
Who's
had
like
him.
who's the Castaplast guy?
Yeah, who is the Castaplast guy? Who is that?
What's
The
Luke
greatest person to pick ever.
I don't know anybody on Team Castaplast.
The only one I knew, literally the reason I didn't ask Castaplast is because I asked if it was Luke Sampson. He said no, and I said, well, that's Al Castaplast.
I mean,
they're not with Castaplast.
let me
Ebenheimer?
just tell you real quick. This guy last year finished 20th at a tournament on tour, 36, 29th, 21st.
Okay, so it's a pretty good player. That's
On
with
Castaplast? Who is on Castaplast? Is it
I know
Evan
there's
Scott?
one.
No.
I know there's
No.
one.
Who is Evan Scott's on Discraft, I think. Zach Nash was on Innova.
I know there's one guy like this.
He
but
played at MVP. He played at MVP. That should let you know too that he's
Eight
only,
Hackers on Discraft.
What the heck,
it's
Hunt?
not he played all playoff
Hey, come
events
on.
except for the tour championship.
He's
So you know he's
good.
not in the top
Was it Raven
32.
Newsom? Gotcha.
We just don't
Any
know
of these
like,
players.
we just don't know that this player throws Castaplast. Apparently,
No, I don't think you know his player exists.
Well,
I'm
that's
looking at the list of players, and I know
Yeah.
all of their spots. Is it Connor Rock?
Nope. Let me
Who's
see
his
where you
sponsor?
are. Let me see where you are on this list.
I'm all
What
over the list. I'm
in
just
the
at
world?
Oh, you're
65th.
scrolling all over the place?
Yeah, I'm all up and down. Is it G? It's not GT Hancock.
Nope.
I mean, this is just embarrassing.
This is tough.
tough.
Is it Braden Sides?
Nope.
Who's he with?
No idea.
Not good enough.
I mean, this guy, I'll say this. Top 50 in standing.
50?
Top 50?
Top 50 in standing.
United States born.
Yes.
There's no way. I know all these players' sponsors. Luke
You
Humphries,
know-
Prodigy, Bradley Williams.
is it
Innova,
Matt
Ezra
Bell?
Aderholt.
Nope.
Is it Hebenheimer?
Matt- I already guessed
No.
Ebenheimer.
Well, then something fishy's
Something's
going
wrong.
on.
Something's wrong. Ty Loves with Dynamic.
Who's your,
Calvin
50th person on the list?
Mauri Villman.
What list are you looking at?
Oh my gosh.
2024 Pro Tour
Oh
standings.
my gosh, bro. He's looking at a player that doesn't exist.
What Pro Tour standings are you looking
Hold
at?
on. Hold on. My guy might not be
You
in this. Hold
Gotta
on.
be kidding me, bro.
I was on DG. Wait, no. Hold on.
I'm gonna be dead if this person doesn't even exist on
Are
our
you on the
list.
DGPT Europe standings?
I was, but hold on. Okay, this
Oh,
person
no.
this person is that he's a top 90 player. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Well,
big
that
difference.
changes things.
Top 90.
But still,
Okay, he does
American
exist.
born.
I was on DGPT Europe. I was like, what the
Okay.
heck?
Top 90. That changes a lot.
Dude, what? Is it Kevin Kiefer?
Nope.
Dude, this doesn't
I
really
have
help
no
much.
idea.
I just don't know.
I'll say this: he's sandwiched in between a disc golf pro tour, 2 disc golf pro tour winners. He's in between 2 disc golf pro tour winners.
In the top 90? Paul Kranz? No.
No, we already
MVP. We already
guessed.
guessed that.
Dude, there's not many sandwiches of Pro
There's just
Tour winners
not.
back here.
Is it Clay Edwards?
Yeah,
He's on Castaplas?
yeah.
I played college disc golf against him. I had no idea he was
Oh
on
my
Castaplas.
gosh!
Yeah,
You
like
should've-
He
that
played for
name,
North
the name
Carolina
Clay
State.
Edwards means nothing to me. I'm sorry. I would have known.
He played for NC State. I had no idea he was on Castaplas.
Yeah,
that was the best person
The only
ever.
thing I knew is as I was scrolling, I knew Clay Edwards went to Europe last year.
Yeah,
Wow.
That was
like, I didn't have a
legendary.
chance.
I mean,
didn't have a
now
chance.
I would have been in the game for a million years. I would have
Yeah,
been
you
able
would've.
to.
Because I don't know
would've
what Clay
won.
Edwards looks like, what he throws. I don't know a single thing about him.
You never played against Clay Edwards? He must have been before you.
Maybe, but like I don't remember.
He's very
he
good.
was good.
Actually.
He was
He's
good,
actually
yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Well,
College disc golf
apparently,
guy.
but he just hasn't been on my radar. He hasn't gotten on coverage.
I didn't know he was a Castaplas guy.
Yeah.
That's what killed me.
Yeah. Wow.
There you
That
go.
game's actually fun. We might have to do that
We're
again.
gonna do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad it worked out well. We'll definitely
Let's
have to
do
bring that one back.
next time let's do teams. Let's go me and Silas versus you two.
Perfect.
So we'll
Okay.
pick one and then you guys pick one.
Okay.
All right. Love it. We'll do that next week. Don't forget, use the link in the description down below to submit topics and stories. We didn't have any this week. That's why we didn't do it.
So what the
Probably because I
heck?
forgot to mention it last week. Hand up. I understand. I get it, but that's okay. Or I might have forgot to just put the link in the description, but I definitely forgot last week. So this week, links in the description as long as I remember, or you can go find old episodes. But submit some stories. Don't forget to keep emailing your player picture and videos, all that fun stuff to hunter@foundationdisc.com. And we'll be back next week to keep you entertained. We'll see you then.